Hey, it's time for Point and Shoot. As we endure our initial technical difficulties, we finally get to discuss low-key lighting in your smartphone photography. It's a great discussion, and we just talk about lighting in general and getting the most out of it. Check it out. Hey folks, how y'all doing? I am at Pruitt, and this is the Smartphone Photographers Community weekly hangout on air. We like to call this thing Point and Shoot. This is a community where we get together to talk about different tips and tricks to make you a better smartphone photographer. Because believe it or not, even the chinkiest little smartphone that you may have can take some really nice photos. All you got to do is just understand the little magic under the hood and work with it. You know what I mean? Just takes a little bit of effort. And finger crossing from time to time, as Sweeney would say. And we're joined tonight by some members from the community, as always. And I'm going to allow these guys to introduce themselves. We'll start with my man down in stormy Tejas, Mr. Michael King. What's happening?
It's pretty nice here. In fact, we had 90 degrees.
We got a still.
No, he's good. He's live.
Yeah, he's ignoring us.
No, he's good.
I mean, you don't hear me? Good
Not
grief.
I hear you, King. You carry on. The broadcast is live. You good.
Oh,
go ahead.
Oh, there he is.
Okay. Delay. No, I'm doing fine. We've had good weather.
That's funny. I don't hear him at all.
We have 90 degrees today.
Maybe a good thing.
And of course, we do have a smart ass on the other line, you know.
Yes.
But he can't hear me, so I can talk about him all I want to.
I wonder if he will hear me introing him. Thank you for joining, Mr. King.
Okay. But
Next,
we are no warnings tonight.
Next
until
up,
the morning.
my man, Mr. Mike Sweeney, the iPhoneography MacGyver. So he can hear me, but he can't hear Michael King. What's happening, bro?
Yeah, I hear you fine. It's just, Google being Google.
Dang, man. Good grief. How you doing this evening?
Doing pretty good, all things considered.
Yes.
After being poked and stabbed in the shoulder for an MRI today, we're imbibing our water to flush all the nasty chemicals out, and just kind of taking it easy a little bit tonight.
Dude, you just got an internal tattoo. Why you want to flush that out? Come on.
That's right. Reverse ink.
Oh, boy.
One big humongous needle.
Like I told you in Google Plus earlier, I don't know about you guys, but the MRI machine, that's been the best sleep I've ever gotten in my life.
I hate that. I hate going to the MRI.
They stick me in those, and I pass out instantly. I love it.
Oh yeah. I got 10 images done today.
Whew.
And it's 5 to 8 minutes an image.
Yeah.
And I basically just shut my eyes and Z'd off.
That's the best snap ever.
Take all the pictures you want. Have a nice day.
Yeah, but they take a picture of his brain.
Of course, the machine's like 2 inches from my nose, so there's not a lot of room to worry about it.
Yeah, take a picture of it. Take a picture of
and
his
they wouldn't
head.
let me take my phone in there so I could take pictures.
Jeez. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into it. Each week in the community, not only do we discuss different tips and tricks amongst ourselves, we also have a weekly photo challenge that's proposed by the previous week's winner. And last week, my man, I can't pronounce his name, but he's going to be Mr. MZ for now. No disrespect, but I didn't want to butcher his name. He proposed a challenge of low-key lighting. Now, I'm not a photography buff, so I had no idea what low-key lighting was, but based on the Wikipedia description, it reminded me of our chiaroscuro challenge that we had a couple weeks ago. And from my understanding, you had your three points of light. You got your key lighting, you got your fill lighting, and you got your backlighting. And how do you make those three light sources work for your particular image? And they had a lot of different examples on the Wikipedia site. Just look up low-key lighting, and you will see the different examples. Now, I got two smart cats in here tonight that can talk about some low-key lighting, and we'll also go through some of the shots that were submitted. We had about, I think, like 8 shots submitted. So we're going to take this moment to go through, critique them, see if they hit the marks on, being low-key lighting, and also just give them their props or cut them down a little bit, because that's what we do. Now, the critiquing is all in fun and all in a learning process for everybody. You know what I mean? So no low blows, anything like that, unless they're my shots. All right, so let me pull up my screen here. We'll go ahead and share the low-key lighting. All right, you should see my screen right now, correct?
I just see a blank. There we go.
Nope.
It's there.
All right, just takes it a second. Okay, before we get to the top vote getter, let's just pick on a few highlights here. I like this late entry here. This is from a man, Mr. Edwin Buckswain, over in the UK. Hope he's doing well. I think he uses a 1+. Yes, he uses a 1+, and he did his editing inside the Snapseed with the Noir filter. Fancy. And reduced the grain and brightness on this particular shot. All right, now as far as low-key lighting, and again, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but the concept is your key lighting, your fill lighting, and your backlighting. I would like to assume the key lighting is back here. Your fill lighting would be behind the camera, I presume. And backlighting, that I'm not sure of. Thoughts? Don't jump in at once.
Come on, Sweeney. Come on, Sweeney.
Well, I just now got the picture showing up, so.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's always behind.
Yeah, he's just got a slight lag. It's okay. But I was saying the fill lighting would be behind the camera. The key lighting would be this area here. The backlighting, I'm not sure where it is or if it exists in said shot. Unless my understanding of low-key lighting is totally out of whack. But thoughts?
Well, I'm actually looking up low-key because what I understood low-key lighting to be and what I see in this picture don't match.
Mm-hmm.
3-point lighting, key, fill, back. Yeah, that's what I thought. This is not it.
Okay. So what would
I see
this particular shot?
I see the key light, excuse me, coming in from the camera left. There's some fill, whether it's reflected light or whatever, so you can actually see some of the shadow detail. But I don't see any backlighting that gives it that 3D depth that you would want to see.
No.
What you'd really want to see, in my mind, would be a real bright edge along that center crack, so it looks kind of backlit, so there's a 3D effect to it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what I see the samples do. You want to pop your subject off a black background,
mm-hmm.
and that's not what I'm seeing here.
So ideally, the key lighting would be right here, right?
Yeah, he got that.
The back lighting would be coming from this angle here, correct?
Well, more or less, yes, as far as I can tell. Okay. But I don't see that. I don't see.
But the fill lighting, that's what concerns me and confused me some.
No, we just lost Michael. Or I did.
Okay. Yeah, he's gone. He'll be back.
Yeah, well.
But the fill lighting, that's the thing that I question, because again, I don't quite grasp it. I just looked at the definition.
So the term low key is used in cinematography to refer to any scene with a high lighting ratio.
High lighting ratio. I guess that means really bright to really dark.
Well, bright and dark. So commonly used.
You know what? Now I don't hear.
Now I hear him.
Sweeney.
Here, let me mute him.
I hear you, King.
I don't hear Sweeney.
Oh well.
Okay. All right.
Anyways, so it's used in film noir and horror genres.
Mm-hmm.
So and that actually makes sense. So you're getting a really accented shadow. You get a bright highlight, and then you got some fill to bring out some detail. Yeah, there you go.
That's your example shot right there on Wikipedia.
Exactly. You can see the fill lights bringing up the hair a little bit and a little bit of detail around the ears, and you can see how they're skimming you can see how they're skimming that light right across the surface of the skin.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's the fill. This is the key.
Yep.
And where is the backlighting? Which angle? Which perspective? Backlighting.
I would almost say there isn't. Well, they're playing games, I think. If you look at the hair, look at the direction of the highlights on the hair.
Okay.
The lighting looks like it's coming from the camera right.
Okay.
And I think they're kind of making a case that's the backlighting.
Interesting. Beautiful shot, though.
It is.
Beautiful shot. All right. So
I think the Sony camera picture is a better sample.
Okay. So we'll show that one too.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So in this case, you got the key light, which is coming almost straight down.
Right here.
Yep. You've got a fill light that's actually illuminating the lens and some of the detail on the grips.
Right.
And you got some backlight just hanging around the edge.
Would this be the backlight for the front?
See how nice and sharp that edge is?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. And it's on a black background. It really gives it all away.
Right.
Far
You want
as
it
the light
to pop off.
sources.
You want it to pop off that background. That's what I was saying about the depth. You know, you're trying to get a 3D look of a 2D picture.
Well, holy crap. I have a great idea for a shot that I did not submit yet because I haven't shot it yet. So I think I'm on the right track. I'm going to share it.
Maybe we want to extend it out. I'll leave that in your capable hands.
We'll go ahead and move along. I'll just share it into the community and we can discuss it as a community. You know, let you guys chew me up a good bit. King, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I've been trying to hear. I can't even hear a word from Sweeney now. He's just like he doesn't. He's not even there.
Now he's playing tricks on you. I don't know, bro, but I hear him loud and clear on the broadcast. So, anything about this shot that you'd like to share, King?
When I did hear him, I kind of agree that it's not exactly what fits the bill, but it's close, but no cigar.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
All right. So I think we're going to run into that with a few of the shots here, but let's see. Okay. Another one that got my attention. This one. Why? Number one, is not on a black background. There's actually some color into it. This is from Miss Annette Holland. I believe she uses an M8. That would be yes. HTC M8. She doesn't mention any particular processing done. But all right, so let's start again. We got to have 3 lights. We got to have a key light, we got to have a fill light, and we got to have a backlight. I see a fill light as this just the sunshine coming in. Backlight.
That would be your backlight, actually.
No.
Oh, backlight, sorry. Now, fill light,
Is missing.
Don't see. Key lighting, I could see the way it's hitting here and on the bottles, but that's still coming from one particular source, though, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If she'd gotten like a flashlight
Mm-hmm.
and hit it sideways,
Mm-hmm.
I think she might have gotten a better shot out of the deal.
Mm-hmm. I like what she was trying to do, though. I give you props for that and that. Like she was trying to do. I can't think of anything differently other than, like you said, having like an additional light source if possible. I don't know about you guys, but I have found myself in a few situations with photography where, especially like in groups and people want to take shots of things, and just out of the back of my head, I guess I get damn near photo snobbish with it. And I'll take my phone and I'll take the flashlight on it and just turn it on.
Uh-huh.
And then just shine it towards, not necessarily on their object, it depends on what it is, but shine it towards them, towards whatever the object is, to give it somewhat an additional light source that their phone might appreciate capturing, you know. That way it doesn't come out all noisy and stuff.
Yeah, every little bit helps.
So have you guys ever been in a situation like that where you're like, please let me help you shoot this shot?
Yeah. Oh, I've done it. I mean, we were in a group one time, and we basically took all our iPhones, which was like
I'll
10
be
of
right.
them,
I'm going to try one more thing.
and
Go
we
ahead,
turned all our iPhones onto the continuous video light and let them take the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually worked pretty well.
Yeah. It's not just me. Okay.
Oh, no.
I was hoping I wasn't coming off like a little snob or something. Good gosh. Oh, my poor. Here we go. So I see my light died on me. There we go. That's a little better.
Do you ever get your monitor?
I did not get a monitor, but I did get some LED lights. I was gifted some LED lights from my man,
Sweet.
Mr. Dan Patterson. Thank you, Dan Patterson.
Sweet.
Great friend of mine, and he likes what we do here in the community. So thank you, sir. All right, so let's get back to these other shots. Let me share my screen again. There we go. All right. Next, let's look at mine. No black background or anything, but I remember.
No, you better wait for it to catch up because all I got.
Hearing.
Now,
You there, Michael?
So some of the technical difficulties are
There we go.
slowly smoothing
I'm having to
out.
use Chrome, and it's making my fans run like a 747 taking off.
Welcome
Yeah,
to
well,
my
that's Chrome.
world. Now, my shot here again. There's no black background, but I remember going through my little camera roll and thinking, do I have all of the lighting elements? And maybe I do not. Fill light, the sunshine, period. The sunshine coming down over these skyscrapers in Times Square. Backlight, probably not so much.
Nope.
Key light,
Sorry, Aunt.
yeah. Key light, I was like, I don't know, but it seems like the little edges on the buildings have some type of key lighting, but it's still just one light source, so
It is just
maybe-
one light source.
so it doesn't really qualify. But I
So
wanted to
sorry,
bring
so
that
sorry.
out and just hear you guys hear your opinions on it and chew it up. So basically, it's still just the one single light source that's the problem, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
It's not
so-
a bad shot, but it doesn't fit the bill.
And I had to crop it down, as I mentioned in this comment here. I cropped it down to be fairly tight because of the mood of that freaking place. Oh my gosh, Times Square. I like New York City, man. I'm not fooling with Times Square ever again if I don't have to.
Oh,
Um,
come on. It's just hordes of people.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. And I just love people, Sweeney. Haven't you noticed?
And try it during New Year's Eve. That's when you really need to hit Times Square.
And I shuddered when they mentioned that to me. I was like, oh my gosh, there's more than this down here during that
Oh, yeah.
time. Damn.
Oh yeah.
I want no part of that, bro. No part.
Oh, when they lock you, when you got to go through gates and everything, and once you're in, you stay no matter
No.
what. If you got to go to the bathroom, just hold it.
No.
You're not allowed to move back. You're not allowed to go back out until it's over with.
Not my idea of
gonna
a good
be
time.
me. Not gonna be me. All right. So let's take a look at before we look at the top vote earner. Let's look at my man Tim McCusker because he's always doing his thing. I love it, Tim. He's always putting things in there. Okay, on a black background with a Lego figure. Let's see. Do we have a backlight? No.
No.
Do we have a fill light?
Yes.
No. Yes.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Do we
And you
have
have a key light.
Key light.
Not
That's
so
where
much.
it gets tricky.
Sort of. It's a half. I was going to say the other word. It's a halfway key light.
I think the point that most people are missing is this really does require more than a single light source.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just shadows. It's about using the three lights to create the shadows.
Yep. This is a good lesson learned for us all, Good lesson learned. I like your photo, Tim. It is definitely Tim McCusker when we see the shot.
Now, what would be fun, Tim? So here's an idea for you.
Let's get it.
What would be fun is to do like a noir shot with your Lego dudes.
Wow. Yeah.
You could have a lot of fun because all you need is a couple flashlights.
Yeah.
It doesn't even require a whole lot of lighting.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That's your next challenge, Mr. McCusker. Let's hear it.
Sam Spade and Legos.
Yep.
All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at our top vote getter. this one comes from now the repeat winner, Mr. MZ. Let's try to say this name one more time. Marus Zadawaski. Close enough. Sorry if I'm screwed your name.
I'll take your word for it.
It's close enough for hand grenades and horseshoes.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
we'll just call him MZ.
This one here, it doesn't specify what camera he used, but I think he got it on this one. Because of the way the light is hitting in different angles, so it looks like there are 3 different sources. Let's see, black background. We got a fill light. Fill light. Looks like it. Backlight. I don't know what this is back here.
Kind of.
But it's hard to tell.
It's close.
But the key light, it looks like there is something lighting from this angle here because of how it's hitting the top of his legs here and not necessarily hitting down here. Because I'm assuming the floor is still here. So whatever it is shining from up here, we would presume it's going to hit down there as well. But looks like it's more so concentrated on here and the guitar and his arm and so forth.
Yeah. Looks like a spotlight maybe.
All right.
Yeah.
And I think it's very well done. And the fact that I wonder if he edited this part here the way it almost blacked out his face to only just show his nose, the bridge of his nose and so forth. I think that's pretty daggum cool. I assume this is a guitar in his hands.
It looks like it.
Is it a big enough picture to zoom in?
Let's take a look-see. Doesn't look like it. Nope.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Nope. Yeah, it's only 1,000 by 700. But still pretty daggum nice, though. Oh, didn't even do that. So, Mr. Zawoski, great job. Anything you guys would do differently? Let's start with you, King.
I don't know. I think maybe the background might be just a little too dark for me.
I dig it because he's way over here on the left.
Right.
I think I love, for whatever reason, that just intrigues me some, why he shoot it to where he is clearly on the left of this frame like that.
Yeah. I just think it was just a little bit too dark, but hey, I do like the way that he has the light coming on him, and I would kind of like to be able to see what, the guitar, if it's electric or acoustic, just kind of seeing just a little more of the guitar as well.
So put a little key lighting on the actual instrument. So
right. That's for me. That's about it. I voted for it because it is a very well done photo. Now let's hear Mr. Baldy rip into it.
What you think, Sweeney? Uh-oh, I lost your voice. Lost you.
He's muted himself.
You did, Sweeney.
Muted.
Now you're there.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I could get a better view of it.
Mm-hmm. I'm pulling it up on your
my screen. Actually, I love the negative space.
Yep.
I am so excited to see that being used because so few people will use it. They're afraid of it, and I like to see it
all the way to the left. I love it.
Absolutely. My nit is we need a little more lighting on the face to really appreciate the face, and maybe just a touch on the guitar to highlight the strings.
Okay.
That's basically what I was saying.
Sounds like we're all on the same boat there.
Yeah. I mean, we're
just coming a little different.
Really close. He's really, really close, I think.
And this was his event.
Good job, brother.
Well, there you go.
Hey, you called up the event. It's nice that you can participate in it, and even nicer that you bring home the W. Good job, brother. Now, so since you won it, you will have to come up with yet another challenge for us. Yeah.
You're on the clock, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Thank you for your participation, though. Real talk. I'm going to work on that shot that I had in my mind here and see if I can get that thing submitted to you guys this weekend and let y'all pick through it. Because I thought that I was on the right track after, reading through it again. And knowing that I have additional light sources at my disposal. You know, I have an extra lamp, I have extra cell phones around here, and stuff like that that can give me an addition. You know, that can give me additional light sources.
Light is light.
Yeah.
That is something I try to impress upon the class all the time. There's nothing magical about the sun versus a flash versus a strobe versus your flashlight versus the phone.
Hmm.
Light is light. If you understand how the source of light works, then you can make it do what you want it to do.
All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at some things that I wanted to discuss. You guys saw the article about Adobe Lightroom 6 is now available. Have you guys installed it?
I have, and I've already sworn at Adobe vehemently.
Oh, really?
And right now I've got it, but for some reason, and I told Adobe about it, they say it could very well be a retina problem. It could be a I've got the 10.10.4. It's called. It won't launch. It crashes on launch, but yet Lightroom 5 works fine.
Well, now, okay, so let me talk about that, Michael. Let me ask you if you've done one thing. There's a little bit of magic, and that is to log out of your Adobe account.
Straight out of the cloud.
Log straight out of the cloud and log back in. Have you tried that?
Using the
you guys use their tool and hit the little gear and log out and then log back in.
Okay, I'll try that. I'll do it.
And the reason I say that is because the system I put it on is not Yosemite. It's one level back, but it did the same damn thing. You try to launch, it'd go flash, bang, wouldn't launch. And it wasn't until I logged out of the cloud completely and logged back in that it would actually launch and work.
Okay, I'll try that when we get through. I'll go ahead and log out.
Which is why one reason I was swearing at Adobe so much, because that's completely unacceptable.
Yes.
You know, I mean, if that's going to be a requirement, they need to tell you that up front when you do the install.
Yeah, clearly have that in the documentation. Please log out now. Thank you.
Yeah, they mentioned something like that in the forums that people were having trouble and you just logged out and logged back in.
Yeah, but you know what? I've never had to do that with any of my cloud apps.
You shouldn't have to go to a forum to do an installation.
Right, and I haven't had, I did when I went to the cloud and got Lightroom 5 and all of its updates, it's always run fine. And wham! I thought maybe it's because I've got my photos on a external drive, because I use my laptop as my photo editor. Even though I do have this beautiful Retina iMac, I use the laptop the most because that's where I always have it with me, and so I always have a Thunderbolt drive hooked up to it. And I thought, okay, maybe it's the drive. But I launched Lightroom 5 up, bang, worked perfectly.
Interesting. Now, the article noted some of the changes in it. It's still going to be GPU heavy. So folks trying to run this on a computer that doesn't have any horsepower, you're probably going to curse. And it also mentions, oops, knocking my mic around. It also mentions the mobile app was updated and optimized for tablets. Because I don't know about you guys on the iOS side, but on the Android side, when Lightroom Mobile was released, they have it in big, bold letters. This is not for tablets. Even though my phone was a 6-inch screen, which is phablet size, and it worked just fine. Because the next tablet is 7 inches after that, And then I ended up putting it on my Xperia Z2 tablet, and it worked just fine. But of course, that's just their way of covering their butts just in case something goes wrong. But hey, now optimized for tablets. I did get the update come through on my tablet. I have not looked at it yet. I could take a peek right now. Let's see here.
Go ahead and launch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a peek right now. Heck, I might as well just show you guys if I can find my USB cable. Yeah, there's the USB.
And when you did that, And when you did that, you pulled the camera off yourself. You got your Crimson Tiger on.
We got negative space going on there now.
There we go. Well, and I got an interesting screen on launch. Yeah, let me definitely show this to you because this is a feature that they mentioned. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, launch this screen, turn on Droid at screen, and
boom, it crashes.
It did not crash. You shut it. There we go.
But we don't see it.
Well, I got to share the other screen now, so let me turn off this screen share. Turn that one off, and we'll go to this screen. There, you see it?
Just a blank screen.
Blank.
I just see negative space. There it is.
There. Oh, it's upside down.
It's upside down. That's Android for you. That's Android.
Wow, I'm impressed.
There it goes. It's flipping now. Dadgummit.
No.
SD card found. Do you want to change the stored location to SD card?
It's still upside down. There's Android.
Wow, I'm impressed.
You still see it now?
Upside down. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there it is. Yay!
It looked fine on my screen. Now that's this first screen. As soon as you launched it, SD card found. Do you want to change the storage? That was one of the features that they mentioned in their update, was being able to access those SD cards. Apparently, you couldn't on mobile before. I didn't know that.
Well, yeah. I mean, what do you need extra storage for? I mean, come on. You got the cloud.
You got the cloud. You're freaking paying for it anyway. Jeez. Use the cloud. So I'm just going to cancel that. Let's take a look at the UI real quick to see if there's any differences there. Let's go to one of my favorite photos here. And, oh, yeah, there is a slight difference in the UI.
It looks nice.
Here.
I know they're trying to keep the UI pretty close to the way it on Android and on iOS, so it's supposed to look about the same. So I need to get it.
These menus are different because that
I'll
used
have to check it on iOS. I was so disappointed in the last version I took it off.
This is this menu here used to be where you had all of your little minutia details, your exposure and so forth. That looks like just your photo roll. All right, and then this menu next to it used to be
that's your crop tool.
You set up filters and set up the denoising and stuff, but
that's your crop.
So now it's your crop tool. And this menu wasn't there before.
Look like that's gonna be your color and everything.
Let me go back. Dadgummit, wrong one. Yeah, and that's all of my extra all of the extra minutia details that we talked about earlier. But no, that's for like the noise and so forth. I wonder if that functions better because this used to load really slow for me, and it still loaded slow. You see that? How the little thumbnails are just crawling up. Notice that? And I struggled when I would select, say, noise reduction 1. I'd hit it, and it wouldn't necessarily save because I would click off and go to effect. Okay, it did save at that time. That's good. So they fixed that. And then I guess this menu here is all of the extra fine-tuning stuff. Yeah. White balance, exposure, clarity, so on and so forth. Okay. So they didn't necessarily shock the world with their interface change the way Snapseed did.
Yeah, Snapseed really kind of tweaked a lot of people.
Yeah. So looks like but I like it. I'll play with this a little more. Let me turn that screen share off. So that's the update regarding Lightroom Mobile. Now, Sweeney, you got some beef with Snapseed in this update?
Yeah, hold on a sec.
He's yelling.
Yes, I am. The dad job's never done.
It's amazing how to. Last week everything worked fine. To this week, I can hear Portis when he came in. When I heard Sweeney when he first came in, but he couldn't hear me.
Of course. Now
let's try that.
There we go. All right.
That looks great. I see your screen.
So Snapseed has really changed up their game.
Yep.
They took the Kool-Aid of Johnny Ives and made 2 batches of it and drank it down.
Wow.
I mean,
that's an analogy.
they've gone flat and clean on the icons and now the menus. And I gotta say, people bitch about the change. I like it.
I do too.
I had to say the same thing. It screwed with me at first, but what I'm finding, Sweeney,
it still does, because I was so used to how the icons were and the menus were. But I really like this better.
I like the fact that they added that brush feature right there.
Well, there's actually a feature I like even better.
What's that? Well, I like transform as well too.
Right there. You got the magnifier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
Because I can't tell you how many times I worked in Snapseed and I couldn't tell if I was actually working on a sharp image or not.
Yeah.
Because there was no way to pinch zoom it, and I didn't have a magnifier, which just pissed me off to no end.
That's good stuff.
But here's your basic menu. So like when you actually go into your adjustment, this is what you're going to see. I like the way they've done with the low opacity, so you can still see the image while you're kind of deciding what you want to do with the menus.
Yeah.
But I like the fact we have a histogram at the bottom now. I'm debating on how useful it is, but I like the fact they included it.
It sort of threw me off because being a Lightroom user, I'm used to being able to manipulate that histogram directly.
Well, I'm hoping they kind of take it up a level on the next release. So
right.
I see this as kind of like a first step, kind of feeling the water. Maybe people like it, maybe they won't.
Of course.
If people don't like it, it's really not going to impact the overall design of their interface to get rid of it. But if people do like it, they've got a little extra real estate down there they can play with.
Yeah.
And we'll kind of see what happens.
Well, I guess they would start making the changes, but I saw that Snapseed change, and I really do like it. Oh, what the hey?
Now,
there.
As I've mentioned before, I'm getting used to the interface, but I'm also getting used to using it in conjunction with another app.
I've done that for 2 years now.
It just took me a while to figure that out, but I've been using Snapseed to do one particular type of editing, save it, jump into Lightroom Mobile, which we already know has its own issues until this update. We'll see a little more, but I would throw it in Lightroom, do what I need to do there, save it, and then I would ideally finish it up inside of Snapseed again. I mean, it to do one job, it took 2 apps, sometimes 3, because I've also used Touch Retouch a time or 2.
Yep.
What's this you share?
So people whine about how bad smartphones take pictures.
Yeah.
This is a smartphone picture. I used the Moment 16mm wide-angle lens. Ooh, third-party lens. Oh my God. I used a bit of Snapseed. I used a bit of Perfect Clear, or Clear Perfect, I think. And the final tweak to it was actually done in Instagram when I did the post. But what I really want to show you as we zoom in is how well this image holds up even under a zoom.
Yep. Pixel density, baby.
There's a lot of pixels there to play with. And when you get a nice sharp image, you can do some pretty amazing things. And this image here is actually what's posted to Instagram. This is not the what I'd consider the full size image that you would get at a Snapseed or Perfect Clear. This is after Instagram munches it up a bit.
Yeah, they get all of their compression.
Yeah. So it actually works pretty damn good. So under the right conditions, you can do some amazing things with a smartphone.
I freaking love it. Like we said every week, man, just understand what you have in that little phone of yours and understand the capabilities of it and maximize it.
Now I got one more sequence here. Well, I'll let you bring up the flower shot. I don't have that one on my screen, so let me go into my thinking shot. And we'll take it from there.
Cool. Well, let me find it there.
So while you're doing that,
that was on Instagram, was it, or did you put it in the community?
I thought I did both.
So I don't see it here in the community.
I know it's an Instagram. So what we have here is we got a quad set of shots. And I just kind of wanted to show off my thinking process that goes behind making an image with me sometimes. So
Right.
I saw this cool little fountain widget at Disneyland, and I said, that's kind of an interesting little shot. And I had in my head, I knew what I wanted. I wanted the smooth water movement, which means I had to get the shutter speed slow.
Gotta get it
So
right.
I took my neutral density filter, I taped it on top of my iPhone lens, like I'm infamous for, and then I just kind of started playing. And so the first shot you see in the upper left is shot number 1. That was just straight shot, kind of getting situated, kind of settling in and going, okay, what can I do?
Yeah.
I liked what I saw. So if you move over to the upper right, you see me starting to crop in camera, which meant I got a whole lot closer to what I was.
Yeah, you can
Still
see
didn't
where the
have
little
the shutter speed I wanted, but I was starting to get the structure I wanted.
Yeah.
So the third shot, which is lower left, now I've got the shutter speed going that I want. You can see how the water's smoothed out.
Yep.
And kind of fanned out a little bit more. You don't have that I call it stutter action, which is, you see all the little water droplets individually stopped.
Is that a direct correlation to a slower shutter speed, Sweeney?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. That is in fact, let's see here. You can see let me move up. You can see here, you can see the individual water droplets, a little bit of blur, but not very much.
Yeah.
Here you see water, still not much blur. Now I started to stretch the shutter out, and you can see, and I'm shooting with manual camera, by the way, which lets me play with my shutter speed and then make up for it with other settings. But now you can see how much smoother the water looks here from, let's say, that one.
Yep.
And this band of color here is intentional. I saw that here.
Yeah.
And I wanted to play with it. So that was intentional. So all this is my basic shot. I got the shot I pretty much wanted. Now it's time to move into post-processing. That's what we have here.
Colors.
This was done strictly in Mixtures, which is a application that gives you a lot of different overlays and a lot of different blend modes to play with. You can do like film emulsions, you can get gradients, you can get all kinds of cool stuff. It's called Mixtures.
Mixtures.
I don't know if it's available for the Android or not.
I haven't seen it on Android yet, but I do recall you using that before.
I do, but this is strictly one app processing. I didn't use anything else to process this. And that's how I got the color intensity, and I brought up the copper tone. This is really, I think I had 3 layers of texture and color added on top of the image and then blended. I finally ended up with what I wanted. This whole process took maybe 10 minutes, start to finish. Maybe. And that included figuring out my processing. And I did the processing standing in line for the next ride.
See, that's how you do it, folks. You can do all this stuff just
this is how we shoot nowadays. Yeah.
On the fly.
Yep.
That's awesome, dude. Awesome.
So that gives you a little insight to how I come up with pictures and how I think when I'm shooting.
The mind of Mike.
Yeah, well, scary place to be sometimes.
Mercy.
Did you find the one you wanted, Ant?
Yes, I did. I'm going to pull it up right now. Let's see. Instagram there. Screen share there. Boom. Here it is.
And crash.
All right. Now, you shut it. Now.
No, mine was trying to crash.
Now we're waiting for you.
Okay.
Now we got to wait for it to catch up with you because all I got is the talking head here.
Still a black screen?
Well, no, it gives me a talking head.
Oh, okay.
Talking head show.
I
got it. Your Instagram?
Yep, Instagram.
Yeah, I don't have it, but I can still talk about it.
Well, this shot here, for the folks that can see it on the broadcast, hopefully you do see it. Jeez. This was taken
from Sweeney anyway.
I got it.
All right. And reading his note on it, it says, afternoon vision, just something I saw on my lunch walk today. People see gloom, and I see great lighting. And, man, when I read that, I was like, God, I get that, because there's sometimes you can walk outside on a photo walk and it's just a cloudy day. It's just not as bright and shiny as you want, but sometimes a little less light from the sun tends to work out pretty daggum good on these smartphones. Sometimes, you know, especially like on the phone that I used to use on my HTC One Max, it thrived on sunset days, you know, sunset time or sunrise time. Now, high noon,
not so much, huh?
No, high noon, it could not handle too much light. But this shot right here, man, just look at the freaking clarity on this thing, considering that it's quote unquote less like gloom and doom time away.
This is a shot. So, you know, being IT and being a photo geek, I've always got my phone with me.
Yep.
So one of the things I've done recently is I've decided to get off my fat butt and get back to walking and hopefully get back to running soon.
Yeah. Nice. Good for you.
And so I do this 3.5 mile loop every day.
Mm-hmm.
And there's these, I don't know what kind of plants these are, some type of grass, but they line the island and they line some of the businesses that I walk past.
Mm-hmm.
And on this day, it was literally a cloudy day. I mean, June gloom is a little early, not real bright. You know, most people are complaining it's not a sunny day, it's not California day. But what happens is you get a really even light.
Mm-hmm.
It's bright enough to shoot with, and it's even.
Yeah.
There's very few hard shadows.
Mm-hmm.
And in my mind, I'm going, awesome. I could go play.
The photo nerd wakes up. Yes.
Oh, yeah. And so what we got here is these little grass plants, whatever they are, just on the side of the road as I'm walking by. And I literally took maybe 5 minutes out of my walk to kind of goof around and shoot different angles and play with these guys. This was manual camera app. And I used mixtures to kind of punch up the colors. So some of the filters have one color on top and a different color on the bottom. And that was how I was able to pull up the magentas and the purples and get the greens to pop really nice.
Yeah.
It's playing with a couple layers. And again, this was all done on the phone. Although I have to admit, I didn't process the picture till I got done with my walk.
Oh, okay. You slacked
back in the office, sucking down my water.
Lightroom works.
That works, man. I like what you did here, man, and I like the fact. Damn it, where'd it go? Wrong screen. There it is. I like the fact that you mentioned, hey, you can just do this anytime. You're just chilling, going on your walk.
Absolutely.
Your lunchtime walk. You know, take advantage of these little moments, folks.
This is what I tell people to do. If you want to be a better photographer, I don't care how expensive your camera is. You can be shooting with a Hassi that's $45,000.
Yeah.
You want to be a better better photographer? You pick this thing up and you just start shooting every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Just a couple shots here and there, and you'll be amazed at the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Because what you're doing is you're training your eye to see, and you're not relying on, $3,000 worth of gear and a whole bunch of settings to figure it out.
Of course.
So, I mean, I played with exposure a little bit to get the right exposure so I didn't blow it out. But this image is all about composition and color. It has nothing to do with the gear.
It's with an iPhone.
And it's with an iPhone. Works for me.
Oh, yes.
Thank you so much for sharing that, brother.
Thank you, Mr. Sweeney.
For what?
What?
It works. CC. Lightroom CC is now working.
He's been playing with this.
I wonder why he was bouncing in the seat there,
Like, wait a minute, dude. We're doing a little hangout here, and you over here working on software. Boy, I tell you, just nowhere to go.
No, I didn't. I just had, while he was talking, I signed out, then signed back in, and automatically just launched.
Cheesy Pete. You're not right.
You hear it here, folks. Not only do you get photography support, you get Adobe support.
Good grief. Nice work, sir. Nice work. All right. Is there anything else you guys wanted to cover before we get out of here? Because we're running close on time.
Nah, I'm good.
We covered the Lightroom for the new versions of Lightroom for desktop, iOS, and Android. So that then Snapseed. So that just about covered it.
Yep. All right, folks. Well, again, congratulations to my man, Mr. Mariusz Zadwatsky. I'm sorry if I'm really screwing up your name, man. I really am. No disrespect, but congratulations to you again on winning this week's challenge. And just hit me up before, like you did last week, to get your new proposed challenge posted. And
Be gentle on us.
For you.
And please be general.
Yeah, please be gentle. Don't bruise us too bad with your challenge.
Even though this was a good one, he was the only one that got it.
It's a joke. Well, the thing is, I know personally, I learned a little something.
I did too. I wasn't quite sure of the challenge, but I would have tried something. But with all the hail damage we've had and high wind damage, not only here, but I had to go out of town. I just haven't had a chance to take any pictures. The only pictures I took was of the apartment complex down from me that got hit hard by lightning.
Mercy. Well, hopefully we get something in there pretty soon, and everybody can get in there and participate a little more. We'll go ahead and let you guys do your salutations. So, Mr. King, where can the folks find you and your work regarding the wonderful world of photography, smartphone photography?
Smartphone photography, you can pretty much find me on Google Plus at our site, but I do put out posts to the general public. It's Michael King 4023. All my photos, both smartphone and SLR, goes up on Flickr at Michael King 4023.
Excellent. Thank you again for hanging out with us, my man. Good having you. And next up, Mr. Michael Sweeney. Where can we find your wonderful photography work?
You can find me at msmedia.me. I've got my blog there. And you can find me in the Twitterverse under Light and Images. You can find me on Facebook, Michael Sweeney Photography. But you can find me G+, search for MS Media or Michael Sweeney, either works.
Yep.
Find me in iTunes.
Why?
I've got a book.
Because he has a book in iTunes.
Now, granted, the book is one level behind for the iOS. It only goes up to 7, and we're on 8 now. Mm-hmm. But what's in the book still applies by and large to what we all play with. I do have an update in progress again.
Nice. This man is always busy.
Never-ending project. I got a shout out. I'd like to do a little shout out to a favorite vendor of mine.
Go ahead.
And there's a good reason for it, and I'll show you that reason right here.
Let's see it.
So this is Ash Design, and what she does is she's got this killer deal on Fridays for $5 and buy templates. And the templates are awesome. They're easy to use, they work well, and you can have a lot of fun. It could be everything from like these sports templates to matting to she's got album designs. And you might say, well, I'm shooting with a smartphone. Why do I care? I got news for you, kids. These sport templates right here, these guys right here.
Yep.
Let's see if I can bring these up, see if it actually works when I'm sharing it. That template?
Oh, cool.
Like that?
Man, that's hot.
You can do that with your smartphone.
That's hot, dude.
That is cool.
You can't do that with your smartphone. And, you can pose your kid. You don't have to wait for the game. Just pose them. Take them out in the field half hour early. Take some iPhone shots. Take some Droid shots.
Yeah.
Spend $5 on a template and impress the hell out of friends and family.
Dude, that's awesome.
So it does require Lightroom or Photoshop, but the reality is for $10 a month, you get both. So
dude.
Yeah, it works great. Another fine piece.
There you go.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
So, like I said, $5 Friday. So you can do a little shopping tomorrow and spend a little bit of coin and have some fun.
Yep.
And I'll give you the link, Ant. Don't worry.
And supporting another local business. That's what's up.
She does well.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that, bro.
No problem.
All right. And lastly, myself. You can find me here on the wonderful world of Google+. Just look for Ant Pruitt. And you can also find me on Twitter, as my handle says, Ant_Pruitt. I have a few musings here and there, just random streams of consciousness come out. And sometimes I write for a site called A New Domain. A New Domain. Check those guys out. I appreciate them and supporting me in my writing here in the past. And be sure to check out the community's doings here. We have a website called smartphone-photographers.com, and we have our newest website that I decided to launch, this one, amazingphonephotos.com, where you just log into it like that, and you can just flip through and look at all of the cool and amazing shots. Every single one of these captured by a smartphone. iPhone, Android, what have you. Still haven't gotten any Windows phones, even though I got a category for it. But yeah, you would really be amazed at some of the things that people have shared with me to say, hey, you can post this on your site. I'm like, please, thank you. Awesome. Some really good stuff. And I tried to lock it down as best as I can, so people can't just right click on it and say, hey.
Lego. I wonder where we got that from.
You know?
I recognize that Lego.
Yeah. I think I've seen that guy a few times, and I wonder about this shot too. This looks so familiar.
Yeah, no idea.
Shooting under the water there. You know, some cat named Mike Sweeney.
Yeah, the photographer, that person that took that picture didn't do a good job. He's not really a good photographer.
I mean, who in their right mind puts their phone under the water? You know, who does that?
That was 4 feet under the water, by the way.
4 feet under the water. Who in their right mind does that? Good.
Never said I had the right mind.
Jeez. But be sure to check the site out. Mind. And if you have some shots that you want to share on it, just email photos@amazingphonephotos.com, and myself and people helping me will take a look, and we'll put it up and contact you. Just be sure to include your phone in any processing that you may have done. Thank you for that. If you're interested in joining our wonderful smartphone photographers community, just look me up or look up any of these guys, because they're also moderators in the group. Go to the community link and click request an invite. And what's going to happen is the three of us will get notified, and we will do a little background check on you to make sure you're going to be a good fit for the community. Because as you've noticed in this hangout, not only do we discuss different shots and techniques, but it's us discussing knowledge. It's us sharing knowledge with one another, how to make things a little easier on you, and how you can get better photos out of your smartphone camera. This is not just spamming like watching Instagram and stuff. It's not all about selfies. Even though we have had a selfie challenge that was tremendous, you need to go to the website and check that out. But yeah, this is a nice learning community and trying to make yourself better and help make someone else better at this little craft. So check it out. And look for us next Thursday about the same time, about 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I had a slight delay.
We're now in daylight savings time.
Okay. 9 p.m. Eastern time, period. 9 p.m. Eastern time, period. How about that?
Period. There you go.
I had a little delays this evening getting things set up and ready to go, but I'm trying to get closer to starting on that time. So till then, we will see you guys on the next hangout on there. Keep pulling out those cameras and shooting some great shots, and just keep sending them to us. We love to see them.
And Nicole, what a great comment.
Oh, Nicole. Yeah, Nicole. Jeez. Do not corrupt Nicole, bro.
Yeah. Too late.
You're not going to corrupt her. Jeez.
And right now, we're the twit of photo hangouts.
I'll take it. I like
because we're always a little slow in starting.
I'll take it. Oh, and I want to give one more shout out to Miss Bobby Jo Woods. Hey, shout out to you. I told you I'd tip a glass to you. Keep hanging in there. Keep dominating, folks. Y'all have a good evening.
Plug.
We'll see y'all on the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace out.